All right, here we are. Let's take one look at this big, beautiful blazer. The one big, beautiful bill. This is the one big, beautiful blazer. Step back and look at it. I love it. Let's get a front shot. Yeah, let's go. It's still good. There's a side view. All right, let's get moving. It is Wednesday, July 2, 2025. This is Peterswood Park. This is let's take another look at that beautiful blazer, yeah. This is the fourth time I've been here this year. This one back in March, one in May, and one in June. And this is July. Last time I was here was June 13th when I got my blazer back. It's kind of a cloudy day that time. This is beautiful weather right now. This is going to be 2 or 3 days of that sweet spot. Not too cold, not too hot. I mean, it's going to be hot, but it's not super hot. It's going to be in the 80s. And it's going to be great. No rain. Or very little rain. Hi. What I like about this place is nice parking on paved surfaces. Don't have to worry about, this dirt road type things or, trailheads. Also, there's almost never anybody here, which is great. Too bad it's pretty far away from where I live. It takes a while to get here. I like it here. Good park. Peterswood Park. Lots of crazy roads to get here. Like I said before, one day in the future, probably many, many decades from now, if they ever finish connecting I-576 over to I-43, that would be great. Wouldn't have to worry about going all these back roads to get here. It's so peaceful here. I mean, there's no people, no cars, no nothing, man. So I was like, this big place that nobody comes to, which is fine by me. Just staring over there, seeing where I'm headed. Okay, so I came here in March, and I came here in May, and I went to the right up here towards, like Benicia or whatever. Last time I was here in June, I went to the left. Today I'm going to go to the right again. I like it over there. If I remember correctly, let's see, the first time, well, I don't know about the first time, but one of the times, either the March or the May, I went up to a point and kind of like turned around. It was a pretty brief walk. I was had a sore leg. The other time was a little bit longer. We'll see. We'll see how it goes today. Now this is a cool part right here because it's real nice and shady. Alright, here we are. We're actually now on the trail. Finally, we are on the trail. There's always construction on these roads. I saw a sign that said starting, I guess it's next week, McMurray Road's going to be closed from a certain point. I don't know, from Valley Brook on up. Who knows how far that's going to be. That's going to screw things up a little bit. Hi. Hi. There was that other time, I guess that was in May. Well, let's see. I think it was May, I don't know. Late May, maybe. Where I parked down at the PRT station and library. Went across the library viaduct and headed towards this area. And went up to that Churchill Road up here on the underpass. And went back. That was one of the furthest walks from being parked at PRT station heading in this direction that I ever did. That was a pretty good walk. Well, here's Sugar Camp Road. Sugar Camp Road. Sugar. We're coming off one of the craziest weather patterns that I can remember in recent times. We had all that super rain and cold weather May and June. Then we got into this heat wave. How many days? It was like 4 or 5 days straight of 90 degrees or higher, 95 or whatever. And the lows did not go below 70 at night. Crazy heat wave. That was last week. Hi. Yeah, I thought I was going to go So I was out on the trail on 6/21, first day of summer. I said, I thought I'll go, when this weather gets warm, but there's no way I was going to do this hiking on the trail in that 95-degree weather. So basically, for over a week, I've been kind of, either staying home in the cool air conditioning or going to a shopping mall and walking indoors. It's great to be back out on the trail today. Hi. Well, I'm getting pretty sweaty. I mean, it is, I don't know, maybe 85 degrees, maybe higher. That's pretty warm. But better than 95 last week. Holy mackerel. A couple of times my temperature reading on the car said it was 100 degrees outside. Now there's a stretch up here. I'm going to go onto the, I think I'm going to go, let me just, okay, I'm not going to go on the, make up your mind. I was going to go on the Bethel branch right now, but I think I'm not. I'm going to go to the right, which is still the Montour trail. I mean, this is the arrowhead portion. I'm going to go right, and then we'll see when we get up to that other diamond triangle. Hi. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go straight to the Bethel branch, starting now. Mainly because I haven't been to this portion of the Bethel branch for a while. Alright, so there's your sign. Main line to the right, Bethel branch to the left. We're going to do that. Hi. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've been on this section, this little stretch here. It goes from, the main trail up to Brush Run since October 2023. I did it one time. This is nice and cool here. And the trail's damp right here because of all the water we had, the rain. And it's great because there's all this shade. Boy, that's nice and cool. Yeah, I only did this little piece once. This 0.3 miles goes from the main trail up to Brush Run. So we are technically on the Bethel branch right now. the BB, Bethel Branch, or the one big beautiful bill, that's 3 B's, or the one big beautiful blazer, big beautiful blazer, that's still 3 B's. I got a little flea went into my eyeball. Damn. So there's this little triangle that goes from like this part that we're on, part that went to the right back there, and this comes out up here. It's the little triangle that it makes. And this is the paved Arrowhead portion of the Montour Trail, and then in the Bethel Branch. It's pretty nice here. Is there anybody behind me? Yeah, I think so. There's a bus. Yeah, bus. There's a bus coming. A bike coming. Alright, so here's that little other side of that triangle that goes back to the main line. Right here. So you can read these signs similar to the other ones where it says Clareton, Route 88, 19, okay. Alright, so we're going to keep going up to Brush Run. One of the things that's a little tricky up here is it's really steep. Like right now it's okay, it's going uphill a little bit. When you get up here though, you got to get to that Brush Run road, it's super steep. Now here's those dudes on the cutting grass again. Seems like every time I come out here, they're cutting grass. And this is going uphill already, but it's super steep up here. I don't think there's any signs telling you what the percent grade is, percent slope, but it's pretty darn high. For the trail, I'm talking about for the Montour Trail. Yeah, I'm sweating like crazy now. Stay under the shade and get cooled off. This guy's coming back this way. B-1/4. I have to start slowing down. I've heard several people commenting on the steepness of this, like especially online. Oh, there's a deer up there. There's a deer right there in the middle of the screen. Cool. He's looking at me. Oh, geez, he's running this way. Thought he was going to come after me. Went up through those woods there. So here's the parking lot for this trailhead at Brush Run. Not too bad. I was going to come here. Wasn't sure how it would be. You know, like if it would be real crowded or anything. It's not. Can you muster enough strength to get to the top of this? Yes. That's some tricky stuff. Okay. Brush Run Road. Now, do I want to go back? Do I really want to go that way? I don't think so. I'm going 1.05 miles. Take a small break. I got no attempt to slow down or anything. There's a crosswalk there, buddy. It's kind of what I did that first time I went up this way, 2023. Went from Peterswood Park on up to here and then back. As in my very first days of weeks of doing this trail, discovering all these sections. They don't have any signs telling you the percent slope, but I'm going to say it's at least 5, maybe 7. Man, seriously sweating. It's nothing like it would have been last week. And right now the humidity's not too high. Getting that sunscreen in my eyes. Draining off my head. It feels good going downhill now. That's the thing I like about this trail. There's not too many of these steep sections. Because of the railroad, couldn't be more than 1 or 2% slopes. I'm not sure about what happened here. I'll have to read up on that. Was this Bethel Branch just a trail that they put here, or were there trains on this part? I don't think there were any trains on this part. If there were, we'd be able to go up that steep slope there. E-1/4.
Just check off another one, my friend.
Hi. Hi.
Sorry, it was
Hi.
a follow-up call on my mom. Oh, how's it going? Are they?
Hi. Alright, since we're feeling pretty good, I don't want to just go straight back to where I parked. I mean, it's only like another mile, so it'll be like a total of 2 miles. I'm going to go a little bit more here. So we're going to go left over here to the other side of that triangle. Head down towards the main line. So I haven't taken any selfies or anything yet. This might be a good place to do it. Alright, let's get some shots. Alright, so we're on the Bethel Branch. This is like technically the start of the Bethel Branch. E0, and then this goes up towards, we'd be going all the way up to Limestone, Clifton, etc., etc. This way goes back towards Peterswood Park on the Arrowhead portion of this trail. And I'm thinking, wait a second, the actual start, I'm wrong, the actual start of the Bethel Branch is down at the end of this little section here, to the when I'm going straight here, right at the beginning of the triangle. Okay, so here's this upper part of the triangle. We're in selfie mode. Yeah, I'm sweating to beat hell. Alright. That's the Bethel when it goes down to the main line. The start of the Bethel branch, B0. And then this is a little section connects down to this one. My hand's in the way here. Let's go this way. Yeah, this piece goes down to the main line. It's this other side of that triangle. All right, we got enough. Okay, let's go. So, Route 88, 1.7. We're not going that far. Yeah, when it said 1.7 to Route 88, that would be in pieces. You go, okay, for this little section, you go right down to the main line. Then you go from there, make a left and go. First thing you'll see is that crossing underneath Churchill. It's an underpass. And you start going downhill. After a good mile or so, you get to the Library Viaduct, and that's where Route 88 is. So now this little piece right here, little piece of the triangle, I was on this once this year. At one time when I came up on the main line up there, I didn't really feel like going any further because my leg was sore. So I said, I'm just going to go up here and then back down. So I made the whole triangle that day. Here I'm going to go to the main line and then go a little bit further. Look out at the that farm where the horses are, and then we'll see where we're at, and then we'll see about turning around. Don't want to go too far. Don't want to go too short though. Too close. I remember when I first did this, I had no idea where any of this stuff was. I looked on a map, but kind of looking on a map and looking at the trail, you're like, wow, I wonder what it looks like, you know? When you're looking on Google Earth, there's not too many places you can actually zoom right in on the trail, unless somebody did one of those photo spheres. You can like look at the aerial view and look at the trail, but you can't get a close-up, step by step. Now, there's that house over there. And when you get down here and get on the main trail, that's the guy that has that sign about don't make it weird, the no trespassing sign. Bugs. Man, I'm sweating like crazy. Alright, so here's that other piece of the triangle to the right there. So there you go, mainline trail, Bethel branch that way we just came from. Whew. That says 0.3, and the other down there it says 0.3. So it's like, what is it, an equilateral triangle? Basically. Yeah, so Route 19, 3.5. Oh well. Let's go up this way for a while. We're mainlining it. Mainline. I think what I'll do, I'll go up to that little bench, the roof on it, little hut. I'll go up to that. Then we'll turn around. This is that guy's property right here. I mean, left here. I kind of like this surface. This is the, it's like crushed coal. Darker than the crushed limestone. Mile marker 34. There's that farm over there. If I would have brought my zoom camera, I would have been able to look at my car. Now I can actually see my car. I can see the sun shining off of it over there. I'm going to try to just zoom in with this camera, which is not going to be too great, but... Alright. Let's see if I can see. Okay, so right in the middle of the screen, roughly, it's a very tiny dot. It's my car way over there. With the naked eye, I can see the reflection better. The sun reflection. Okay, it's still there. This is where that guy has that sign up here somewhere. I think it's right here. Here it is. Private property, no trespassing. Seriously, don't make it weird. Huh. I won't if you won't. So now, let's talk about the saga of the vehicles. I've had my vehicle back for almost, let's see, okay, so it'll be, this is like 2.5 weeks I've had it back. And I'm enjoying it, loving it again and all that. Still looking for new vehicles. I can't find anything that really does it for me. You know, I mean, there's something wrong with every one I look at. Every vehicle, like you think you figured something out. Like, that sounds like a good deal. And then you figure out, oh, geez, they don't have a spare tire. Or they don't have the cameras or whatever. It's crazy. Then you gotta, like, some of these models, you gotta spend a fortune. Get the higher end, the highest end model just to get the cameras. The 360 camera. It's crazy. Alright, so here's that little hut I was talking about. Where are we at on mileage? 1.6. Alright, I think I might turn around. Let's take a little break for some Wawa. Hi. Yeah, I don't think I want to go that way anymore. Let's go back this way. Whew, man, it's super hot. I'm not complaining. Just saying it. And that broken tree right there. One thing I will have to say, you know those Buicks, they've always been like this too. Even the lowest, the smaller models have all the cameras and everything. I mean, they load them up. You know, like for the size that I'm looking at would be like the Envision, nothing smaller than that. The Envision, they have all-wheel drive. All the models have all-wheel drive. They have camera, 360 camera. It's just a matter of the trim. You can get, you know, fancier Avenir, get some extra tech. But I look at them again. I look at them all the time. I just don't really like them that much. They're definitely not as good as my Blazer. You're never going to find anything like this Blazer. You know, it's got the engine, the looks, the tech. And this is like, mine's 6 years old already. I had all that stuff for 6 years. Over the weekend, I was looking at those Acuras, ADX, RDX. The ADX is pretty nice looking. It's just a glorified Honda HR-V. It's small. Has a CVT for the transmission. So that Acura ADX. Oh, there's a deer up there. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get a little shot of this. He's looking at me. I'm gonna head this way. His ears are perked. I was going to go back down that way, but I'm going to go this way right now because of this deer. Well, maybe I will go this way now. All right. You never know what you're stepping in when you go there. Dog crap or something. I wonder if that deer will come out on this side here. He just went through this. We'll check him out. Look for him on the right. Well, that kind of goes down deep there. So you cut in through here, but then you go down deep down in there. It's crazy how they can do that. Deer can just go down into all these different places. We'd have a heck of a time going down in through there. Us humans. And say, well, they don't care either because they already got Lyme disease, so they don't care if they get it again. The ticks, you know, we don't want that. All right, anyway, that's enough of that. Yeah, like I was saying, that ADX is pretty nice, but it's like 190 horsepower, CVT for the transmission. It's just a glorified HR-V, and it's definitely not as pretty, but it's not as big as mine. So I'll get an RDX. You go to the RDX, you're like, oh, wait a minute. to get the camera, you got to go up to, and there's like a base model, a technology package, blah, 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 A-spec. There's the advanced. You have to get the advanced model. Now, the thing is, if you want the A-spec or the A-spec Advantage or whatever, Advanced Advantage, whatever it is, they don't have spare tires. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the hell's wrong with these companies? You have to buy a spare tire kit, optional, and have that installed for like $600. The other models, the non-A-spec models, have the spare tire. They're the variety that hangs down underneath the vehicle, so they get dirty. And to get at them, you got to loosen the thing in the trunk. It's very similar to what I had in my Cross Tour. I had a spare tire underneath, and to get at it, you had to unscrew a thing in the trunk, in the cargo area, to loosen that and let that down, drop down to the ground to get your spare tire. Alright, so here we are at the other end of the equilateral triangle, approximately. And there are some curves in the triangle. Okay. It's like, then you say, okay, well, maybe if I try that MDX, it's a super large one. And you go, oh no. You have to get the higher end ones to get the camera. And some of them don't have a spare tire. It's like, what the fuck? I just can't believe it, how ridiculous that is. And you're spending $50,000, $60,000 and you can't get a spare tire. And then the other thing is those Acuras, you got to have premium fuel, so that right there you're getting screwed. You got to have like 91 octane. You could put regular gas in 87, but it's not recommended. So there's another expense. So you're paying all that money for the vehicle, load it up to get the spare tire, add more to it, and then you got to pay premium fuel all the time. It's really stupid. That's why I'm almost tempted to say, you know what? Keep mine for a while and then get another Blazer and get an RS and get the same engine that I have, the V6 308 horsepower, and be happy. It'd be just like what I have now, except it'll be newer. Another option I've been looking at is the Toyota Crown, the sedan, not the Crown. Let's go look at this for a second. Not the Crown Signia. I thought I might like that, but they're kind of small. They're like a wagon. They're flat. They're low to the ground, like a wagon. Plus, again, they do not have a spare tire. So the Crown sedan is a sedan that's a lifted. It sits higher, way better looking than, say, a Camry, and they have a spare tire, and then you get the package that has the cameras and all that jazz. The non-platinum models have a 236 horsepower engine. The platinum has a 340 horsepower, and they're all hybrids. They've got electric motors. But they cost a lot of money. The other thing about those Crowns is you can't find them in too many of the dealerships. I mean, there's only like one. You see like one model here and there. I was looking at a limited model up there in Wexford. But again, if you just get the...
Like over halfway done.
And then when we come back, we'll go up that hill we always go up.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Jesus. Alright, anyway. If you get the non-platinum model, so like the base, the limited, the nightshade edition, all that, they have 236 horsepower, but a CVT for the transmission. Jesus. If you get the platinum, you get that extra motor, hybrid max or whatever it's called, I don't know. Get an extra motor, an electric motor, and it gets 340 horsepower with premium fuel, and it has a 6-speed automatic transmission. And they cost a lot of money, those platinum Crowns. We're talking close to $60,000 for one of them. And to get the maximum performance out of the 340 horsepower, you have to use premium fuel. It looks kind of cool. It's got that, sort of symmetrical shape. Front and back, they're sloped the same. Looks like a fastback in the back. Maybe kind of something cool to have, but I don't know, it's too much money. So like I said, you look at every vehicle out there for anything, try to compare it to what I have. You say, well, maybe I can't get a spare tire. Maybe I can't get the cameras on the models I want. Definitely can't get an engine like what I got. Or the power. Oh, look at that Bluebird right there. I was going to get my alternate camera out, but by the time I got it, it'd be gone. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, see, I pulled the camera out and he flew away. Like, oh man, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm really frustrated with this, looking for these vehicles. It's amazing that what I got, you can't get stuff like that, and mine's 6 years old already. So I've been having all that for 6 years. It's only in the last couple of years that they started getting rid of the V6s on a lot of these vehicles. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. Mine's a naturally aspirated V6. It's 308 horsepower. It is super smooth. It is so great. There's a 9-speed automatic transmission. Shifts beautifully. If you want to get something like that in these others, you can't get... Like if you got a Honda CR-V, that's got a CVT. Not a regular transmission with gears, and then it's kind of underpowered, and you can't get cameras on a CR-V. It's like it's out. You say, well, I'll get a Pilot. You can get a V6 on a Pilot, and you can get the cameras and all that jazz. But it's too big for a single person. I mean, and then the Honda Passport, which is the one I was looking at, it's too big. I've visited them, gone to see them in person, probably about 10 times since March. And I'm convincing myself every time that it's too big. It's all boxed off, squared off. It kind of looks like, almost like one of those Broncos, or some kind of a Jeep maybe. Yeah, this slope is a killer too, right here. Whew. There's a little triangle right here. See this triangle? It mimics the connection to the Bethel branch. Let's go down this way. We'll go down this way. Alright, where are we at on mileage? Not too much. Let's go up this way instead. Oh, it goes without saying, I already talked about this before, those Jeeps, like the Grand Cherokee, not the one with 3 seats, the one with 3 rows, the one with 2 rows. It's a bigger vehicle than what I've got now, and it has a 6-cylinder, and you can get cameras on those. But Jeeps are unreliable, and especially since I had that rental car and the brakes failed with that Jeep, I'll never ever get a Jeep. I don't even want to sit in one anymore. So that's out. I thought I was going to be interested in that for a while, back in March and April. They look kind of cool, you know, but that's out. There's more slopes here. I can see my car from here. Let's cut through this. Man, there's nobody here, man. There's never anybody here. This is a great park for the community. Whew. Peterswood Park. Now here, I guess you can go through that. Yeah, why don't we do this? Down these steps. And then go across. You would expect, especially now it's summertime, that there would be like kids here and sporting events and whatever. Peterswood Park. The park that doesn't have any patrons. baseball fields and stuff. Man, outrageous. Guess you could just come out here, practice yourself. I've seen people practicing here, throwing balls. I don't know enough about this neighborhood, I mean this school district or anything, as to why there's nobody here ever. If we build it, they will come. But they didn't come. If we build it, they won't show up. That was that time last year in July. I looked up there and on that hillside and I saw all those deer up there. So I keep looking at cars online, watching videos on YouTube, going to dealerships and looking at them and knocking them off the list. The latest one was the Acura the other day. I heard a frog over there. I could like the RDX. That's another thing. If you get the Advantage or Advance, whatever it's called, you can get the spare tire. But if you want red, which I like red, you can only get this light gray interior. Looks like crap. So if you want the better interiors, you gotta get that A-Spec or A-Spec Advantage, but you can't get a spare tire with those unless you get an extra one as an option. Let's take a picture of this vehicle while we're here. So there's my Blazer. One big beautiful Blazer. The one big beautiful Blazer. Yeah. Yeah. The one big beautiful Blazer. People watching me, if there's somebody up there watching me, like, oh, the guy's like, he's taking pictures of that car over there. Hey pal, it's mine. Even if it wasn't, there's no law against what I'm doing. Yeah. One big beautiful Blazer. One big beautiful Blazer. Let's get it from this angle again. Yeah. It's a good looking one there. Alright. Alright, we're going to shut this down. Here we are at Peterswood Park. And we are going to terminate this video right now. Bye-bye.